As you know, just when you get into it, we just try to make each week about us and the different challenges that come with it. So we'll let that stuff play for the off season. But I will say this: there's a lot of gratitude to be a part of this defense and how hard the guys play and how important their togetherness is. You can feel that and sense it. So I guess I have more of the appreciation for the way these guys are really playing for each other.
Is there a common theme that you see in each of these kind of games, and what's kind of been the same?
I think just the special effort. There's really been some plays where we've seen our physical style really come out. The over-the-top plays, the tackling work, guys are getting knocked back. So I think the effort, like kind of keep going back to that one spot, but just the effort of how hard they're wanting to play for each other, not let the guy next to you down. That's the thing that jumps out on the tape to us the most. And it's one of the things that we talk about early in our Tell the Truth Monday. Just those kind of plays, those are the ones that stand out a lot.
How about when you go to game plan for this game? Do you think about how many guys were injured for you last time, whether it's Hill, Maxwell, Lane? I know you don't approach things differently, but do you compare how different the defense looks then and now?
I don't know if the comparison, but just what we do try to look at is here's some of the things that hurt us in our first game, or even when we get a chance to go against division teams, a lot of times we'll go into the years past. Same play caller for them, and so a lot of the same players and systems. So when we do a lot of times we get a broader game and what they do against us. So that's, this game was one that we certainly looked at hard, our first game against them.
Hey Dan, how valuable is Michael Bennett's first step?
I think the inside guys, when you talk about pass rushers, that's one of the things that jumps out the most. How quick can this guy get off the spot? So we talk about it all the time. Get off for the D ends. Can they get the tackles to move? But really, it's one of his strengths as an inside rusher. When we move him inside, and it's really playing with three defensive ends on the field. So it really, for us, is a weapon and an advantage we try to use as often as we can. His get off, his quickness, is now having another guy with that kind of quickness who can play outside and inside is really important for us.
Is that big that allows him to go in there?
I think the strength allows him to go in there because there's lots of guys who can be a smaller guy, but you can't necessarily have the bulk and the size to play inside. So here's a 280-pound guy who has the quickness to play outside, but he has the strength to match up in all the runs inside. So that's really when you're looking for a nickel tackle who can be both of those things.
We've talked a lot about his pass rushing ability. How has he done against the run? It seems like he's been pretty disruptive.
Yeah, that's really one of the things with Mike. When we get him on the move, he can be disruptive. I really think it comes back to his strength, his technique. Because he's lighter and playing inside against some of the bigger guards, he has to rely on his strength and his leverage. It's really one of the things. He goes really right back to his technique, and one of his strengths is, hey, although I'm lighter, I can play these guys because of my technique.
How much difference teach Jordan Hill? Jordan Hill he's at least 7 years to him. How has that sort of come along in the last couple of weeks?
With Michael?
Yeah.
And no doubt he is. And that's one of the things for a guy who's been in the league now and has some experience with Mike, that he's able to share that with Jordan. And Jordan's one of those guys who's just aggressively wants more and more and more to find it. So that relationship has been good. We talk a lot about Michael and Cliff together, but Michael's been an important guy for Jordan. Just some tips, some information that can help him at the line of scrimmage, and Jordan's really done a good job. His effort, his finishing, those are the things that really stand out, and we're hoping that would be. We saw that in him. So now for him to develop like he has this season, that's been an important part of our defense.
You've got 5 sacks in the last 5 games for you. How big of a benefit has that been to help everything, that interior pressure?
It's been huge for us, and really it's the coverage too. Where all of these guys, they work it together. So for Jordan to come alive, where now Bruce has as well, we really feel like those 4 guys together have now become more of a cohesive unit, over the last month. And their togetherness, their connection as pass rushers is only helping them getting stronger.
Tukuoff has gotten some more snaps on defense. Why is that the last week or so?
Well, we just felt like when DeMarcus went down, here was another guy that we thought had the ability to do it. So he had been doing it in practice, since he's been here, and we knew his background in that way. So it's his quickness, his strength. So we wanted to add that versatility to us so we wouldn't have all the snaps on Mike at the same time. So he's really come through for us in a big way, Will has.
And it's one of the guys that did not make the Pro Bowl on that defense. How motivating is that for that unit to only have a few guys be recognized when they're all playing at such a high level?
I think there's real gratitude for the guys that did, and for the guys that didn't, there's no jealousy on their end. This is a really tight group, so I think if you asked him, it would be more about gratitude for the guys that did, knowing that that's a good time for them. But really, these guys, it's all about their unit and each other and playing for right now in this game. So that's one of the nice things about being part of this unit. There isn't any jealousy or animosity. It's really more excitement for the guys who are getting that opportunity. All right, guys, you guys have a good one.
Appreciate it.